And so for me, it's the same thing. When you get to testosterone replacement therapy, I want to work with people. I want to work with guys. I say, first of all, show me your habits. If you're having alcohol once a week on a Friday night and Saturday night, that you cannot give up. If you're like me and you have young kids in their house and they want to have pastas and pizzas, guess what? Testosterone is going to get converted into estrogens all day long. If you have a high stress job, which is in America, is everybody, right? No, who doesn't have a high stress job? Everybody has one, right?
Yeah.
If you have a high stress job, honestly, your testosterone is not going to say your testosterone is going to get converted into estrogens. If you're not an athlete, if you don't work out all the time, that's every guy that's out there, right? And so by replacing testosterone, you may be doing a disservice by giving them too much of hormones, because guess what? All the excess that your body cannot use it up gets converted into estrogens. And now you have issues with gynecomastia. You have you become very emotional, water retention, weight gain, like maybe especially fat mass increases.
Mm-hmm.
And so the issue is the testosterone the problem? Or is it because of estrogen? And then what the doctors will do? Or they give you estrogen blockers on top of it. I said, no, reduce the dose, right? Reduce the dose what the body needs it. Don't give them more than what your body need, right? Just give what your body needs, and then work with your patients to get them start changing the habits over time. And as the habits improve, you give more.
Okay.
And the habits improve, give more again, and so on and so forth. If the patient is not willing to cut the alcohol, what's the point giving the hormones? If the patient is not willing to cut back on the sugars and pastas and pizzas and refined carbs diet, what's the point in giving testosterone? It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it doesn't really matter.
That's what I talk to people about all the time. You got to have the foundation in place, and then you supplement that with all of these things. I've heard that what's considered a normal level of testosterone today is much lower than it would have been 30 or 40 years ago. Do you know if that's correct?
It is kind of, and the reason, the range is from like 280 to 1100 is the range of testosterone for total testosterone. That's the range. Most of the guys are between 280 to 500 ish.
Okay.
Most of the guys are
on the lower end.
They're on the lower end.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with it. And the reason is because the lifestyle doesn't support them to have 1,000 testosterone level. The body senses that, hey, stress is high, insulin is high. If I give them more testosterone, it's going to convert into estrogens and it can cause them cancer.
Okay.
Wait a second. The body says, stop it. The sex hormone globulins goes up high because why? Because the body senses that you have all those other products in your system that's going to convert the testosterone into estrogens and get you in more trouble. And so the body has a defense system already built in. It's not the levels have dropped. That's the body's way of defending you from getting too much of testosterone that you get converted into some other chemicals that your body cannot stand it. And then it causes you more trouble.
So you mentioned cancer a second ago. So outside of, so in the situation of having too much estrogen, outside of kind of the manifestations of maybe higher emotion, maybe man boobs, certain things like that. Like, so it sounds pretty serious if a elevated estrogen could result in potentially contracting a cancer.
So if you talk to a lot of urologists right now, they're basically suspecting that it's not the testosterone that causes prostate cancer, it's the estrogens. Estrogen is the most carcinogenic hormone that your body produces.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
And it is basically, it goes up and goes down within 12 hours. It's just like, it's very fast. It just goes up very, very fast. Right?
So insulin's the most toxic, but in a general sense, but estrogen is the most carcinogenic specifically.
Carcinogenic, yes. And so the estrogen is the one you have to watch out for. And so the body is sensing that, hey, your lifestyle doesn't support me giving you more testosterone, so I'm not going to produce any more for you, right?
Yeah.
The body is telling you, but you go to a doctor, that says, oh, your levels are so low. No wonder you feel like this. We're going to give you more testosterone. No. Change your lifestyle first.
Yeah.
You change your lifestyle first, and then I can give you whatever your body needs. And by the way, if you're young enough and if you change your lifestyle, the body will produce its own testosterone. You don't need it anymore.
Yeah.
Trust me, you don't need my help, my pharmacy. My pharmacy is there. And the reason I'm well-to-do today, because most people do not do what I tell them to do.
Sad but true.
It's sad but true, but that's okay. And